Hello, everybody. Give everybody just a minute to come in. That's my worker right there, laying on the floor. What is it, boy? Yeah, that's my worker. We got Wesley working in here. He's over there working on some Jeep seats. So, but that is not what we're doing. We're working on this F350 seat back here. And this is it right here. Look at him. Going out the door. He don't like to be bothered too much. All right. So, like I said, this is an F350 seat. I did this seat several years ago. You can tell right here, they've already done worn a hole in it right here. And this is called Comfort Weave. They put it, it's an original Ford material. See if you can get an idea of what it looks like. Okay, that's Comfort Weave. Like that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is we got a couple of days to fix this seat. These ain't the easiest ones right here to do. Here it is. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it apart. Like I said, I did this, so I know the patterns and stuff probably straight. But what to do is you just come right in here. When he left it, he said, just go ahead and do the whole thing. This guy, he never cuts no corners. And that's the reason it's got Comfort Weave on to start with. So he said the air, it's got an air lumbar in it. So he said the air lumbar was leaking. I may have one somewhere around here where we've ordered some stuff like that, but I'm going to look and we're going to find out exactly what all this seat right here is coming apart, what's messing up on it. So whenever we get to that point, I always cut them apart on the seat like this because it kind of helps me hold it where I can pull on it. I mean, if you're not used to it, if you're not used to doing the seats like this, you can go ahead and get your pen and start marking it like that and line it all up. But I already got my V's and stuff in it where I was at before when I done it once before. Many years ago before I started doing YouTube. And this is, this is in a work truck, so it's a dump truck. Believe it or not. It looks like it held up pretty deep. This has got the center fold down armrest in it right here. I don't think he ever used that because it ain't got no wear on it. And we'll check the foam out once I get to that point. and big it's got bolts on it. This right here has screws. You got to push it down to get to them like that. You got electric wrench. It works real good. If you ever put them back in, don't do it with electric wrench. Get them started with a screwdriver. This guy does take real good care of his stuff. It just lets you know that it's been through the ringer. Put your bolts back in there to kind of keep up with them. To take the seat loose, you just turn it over right here, and it's got these locking plastics on here. Just pull those off. Normally I do this with a hook. And the hook makes it kind of easy to get it off. I'm gonna get a cutter. You can see the lumbar right here. That's the lumbar right there. I'm gonna take this piece right here off. This is so you can't look through and see the backside of that material. If you look right here, you can tell right here, these bars, that's where I worked on it before, because the bars that was in there was broke. Them bars that came in it, they didn't last too they were real thin. They didn't last real long. So that cover right there is pretty much off. So I'm gonna turn this over and we'll check the foam rubber out on it. not even a dip in it. It was just the hole to cover it in place. All right, let's check this out. You can tell right here, that looks like it's already caved in. You can just look at it and tell. Right here. Like it's dipped in right here. And this part right here looks like it's dipped in. So that's gonna take some steaming, you know. That looks like crap right here. That's dipped in. It ain't supposed to be like that. All right. So one thing I'll do is go ahead and turn the steamer on. And just see if it does any good. If it don't do no good, then I'm gonna have to fix this right here. And you see it's cupped out right here. Right there. That's cupped out. And that's the reason that went in like that right through here. A little bit warm in here today. Takes a minute for this to it's already boiled. This is the small kind. It's like a quick recovery. I got some of the real big ones, but we use this quick. Heats up real quick. We use that one the most. That's putting out a good bit of steam. So I'm gonna see if it raises this up any. Sometimes if it's been squished down for a long time, it won't do nothing. That is dipped down. It's supposed to be flat. It is swelling it up, so it's coming back. It's got a little bit more life in it. And when I put these back on, I'll put some pieces in the bottom of that over there, some hard foam to raise that headrest and make it where it don't have that dip in it. Believe me, the factory can make flaws. This steam does not play. They talk about waterboard. Some steam would do it. That'll make you tell you the deepest secrets. You can see how it's raising that up. See the dip right in here and then right here. Whenever it comes back out. I wish we had a big box that we could put this in and put a bunch of steam to it at one time and just do it real quick. Unfortunately, I don't have that. In places like this, it'll get those out pretty easy. Raise it right up. And you can tell where that, if you see that knot sticking out, you see it right there where it's sticking out, right here. That lets you know it's called blowing the foam out. A guy brought some Corvette seats in here one time and they would not fit. I mean, they weren't even close to fitting. And then we blowed the foam out and they fit like they were supposed to. It's pretty important to get you a steamer. It can take the wrinkles out. It can blow the foam out. It can unglue certain things. It's a really, it's a tool you need if you're in this business. I can see it. You probably can't see it, but I can see it raising it up. You can tell from this side, that side, from that side. I mean, that's really caved in right there. Like I said, we will go on the underside of that and put some padding in that seat frame back there. See that noggin? It blowed that right there out. This works good on leather, works good on vinyl. It can really get you out of a tight to have a steamer. And you see this part right here. Do you see it leaning in right here? You see it leaning in? That foam going all the way down from right here to right here. You see it leaning that way? All right, you see where I steamed it right here? See the difference? Check this out. Yeah, I mean, it takes a minute to do it. You see the steam going through it? Check out the steam going through it. You remember how it was leaning before? It was leaning back the other way. Now look. You see? It blowed it out. It blowed it out this way, right here, toward this side. Very important. Get you a good steamer. I ain't talking about one from Walmart. I'm talking about the real deal, kind of like one I'm using here. I had one. That joker would blow hard. The guy gave it to me, and it would blow steam hard. The only thing was it just didn't last. No time, and it tore up. Always check the back side. All right. If you look right in here where the bar is, that's where it's going to be tore, right in here, if it's tore up. All right. There's a place right there. You see it? That's where it's going to be tore up, is right around the bar edge. And that right there's almost through, because I can got my finger right on the other side. All right. Here you go. Right here. Right there. That's some more. It's tore up. Here's some more right here. If you look, if you look, that is tore all the way almost through. So you got to fix all this stuff like that. Just put some glue in it. Sometimes if it's real bad, you can cut that out and put some foam in. There it is on the bottom. It's busted up. It's busted up really good. And right there, around the headrest part, foam busted up. So whenever you go to fix this, always look for them weak spots. And you can steam them. You can steam them back out and then glue them. You don't want to glue them and then steam them. So you want to get it blowed out first and then put the steam to it. And then put the glue to it. Always get it blowed out first. This thing must get too hot because my light down there go off and on. It still steam comes out of it, but it don't come out of it like it does when that light's on. See, the light just come back on, so it's probably going to start blowing it out pretty good now. You want to hold the steamer on there long enough that it goes in there, as far as you can get it. this seat right here has several pieces to it. So I'm going to show you how to mark it. When you take it apart. If you've done hundreds of them, you probably won't have to mark it. But if you're learning how to do them, you need to mark it. I'll go back over that later on, whenever I start stitching. We'll let this foam right here dry out. And here's the cover. All right, if you look, this side right here, if you've taken lead like this, they're the same. It's just the opposite of the passenger side. So, being the passenger side on this seat is the one that got the least wear and tear on it, I'll take the passenger side. And that's going to be my pattern right there, is the passenger side. So, if you're learning how to do, you come right here. All right, that's the seam right here. Right. This part right here is one piece. It's just got some lines in it. And these were made to mimic the original, so took the original cover and I made them. So you come right here, put you a couple of marks right there, mark right here, 1, 2, 3, marks right there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, like that, and just mark the seat where you're taking it apart. Like right here, put your mark. Right here, another mark. Right here, another mark. And just mark it all the way around, especially where it ends and where it starts. Mainly where it ends and where it starts. And put you a couple in between. So that's all it is to that. And right here where it starts, your plastic, just put you a letter P there. That way you'll know it's for plastic. Right here, because I'm going to use these same plastics. I'm going to come right here. Always make sure you got a half dull knife. If you get one too sharp, you might wind up cutting. So you don't want to cut like a finger. comfort weave, this material right here weighs about twice what vinyl weighs. It's real heavy. But it holds up. It holds up really good. Especially if under a lot of wear, and it allows, it's got holes. That's holes, so you get a little bit of air in between your shirt and the seat cover. Okay. So you see right here, that goes just like that to right there. So this piece has got to be put on with this piece. This piece right here goes on whenever it's sewn to this piece. And then this piece right here. So you can put these pieces together. Just start putting them together and then pay close attention to what's got to go where. Like this piece right here. You see? It's sewed all the way around here. So this piece right here can go on after this piece. You'll be able to look at the old cover over here, the tail. Can you see what I'm showing? Yeah. You'll be able to look at the cover right here. Right here. And tail, how it's sewed together. So don't run and take both of them apart. You'll be sitting there trying to figure it all out whenever you get to that point. This piece right here, actually, I made it out of comfort weave, but really and truly, it could have been made out of regular vinyl. I don't know why I done that. When I go back, it's probably going to be made, this piece will probably be made out of vinyl. Along with this center piece. I'll probably make it out of vinyl, this part right here. That way, it'll all be made, and just this part right here, I'm probably gonna just make this part right here out of comfort weave, and put this part right here and this part right here out of vinyl. Just gonna change it up. I think it actually look better, and it ain't gonna change the way it sits. No. So we got this piece, got this piece, got this piece right here. These pieces right here. Now, take these, this. This is something right here. He had some holes in it, and he glued that on there. I don't know where he got the patch from, but he glued that on there himself. And we're going to take this right here apart. Oh, and always mark. See, I know where they go, but you want to mark it right here. Put you some extra ones on there, right here, in the center, and you can just take them apart like that. That way you know pretty much where they go, especially your start and finish marks. You want to know where they're at. Just mark them a little along, like that. Seam, yes. That way you know that right there is the seam. And they need to be lined up just right where they're at. That is so smooth where somebody's hand down on it. Mark it all the way around, just like that. That way you don't lose your spot. see why my knife is wore down so much? Dirt gets in these seams right here, and it will dull. It will dull the knife real bad. I'm gonna keep in mind all these weak spots like this. And when I go back, I may put a little pad or something like that. Like where you see where it's cutted, or he could have had something in the back seat, behind the seat. There's a bunch of tools in there. See, when your knife's real sharp, you can cut into the material real easy. Before you take these right here off, these plastic pieces off, I would say mark where they go. Unless you can look at stitch marks and tell where they was. Take these seams right here apart like this. These look like they'll lay down pretty good. You can tell where it's stretched. Let me put you right here. You can tell where it's stretched. Right here. Like that. But if you take and heat it up a little bit or lay it down, give me one of them black blocks over there with it. We use weights out here a lot on different things. Man, this looks right. This material right here is really thick, and I know exactly what that was for. It come off a Chrysler material. We take a bunch of materials like this and heat them up with a heat gun. And once we get them hot, like really hot, we'll lay them down like. And then sometimes I just cut them a little bit to make them lay down if they're real bad. I get them really hot. You see it smoking? Then I'll take this heavy block right here. I'll lay on top of it. I got a couple of these old irons, or I got some weights. I just stick it on there for until it cools, and most of the time that's going to be enough. All right, so we're going to go right back to here. Hold that, Wes. Wesley was busy over there, but he's probably taking a break. His back's hurt. So you take this right here and just cut it back apart. This was really thick vinyl, what I put on here. It's just something I had back whenever, like 79 Chryslers had a real thick looking material for some unknown reason. I'm not sure the car was that great, but the material was thick. You can tell that's been stretched. You see how it's trying to lay down. This right here, it's stretched a little bit. All right, check this out. And it made it lay down, so. And that's all you need is to get a good pattern. Just heat it up. Like I said, I get it really hot where to lay down. You know, if I just laid something on there like that, it ain't gonna do it. Because sometimes it'll pull it back in. Fun. And if you look at these, how that right there's folded around, I'm just gonna heat it up. And just get your patterns where you can lay them out. Because you want to do this seat as fast as you can. And get it right the first time. This has been so long, I really don't even. I remember doing it, but I don't remember doing it. Wes is over there. He's bringing out the heavy artillery. don't know about them weights, but somebody gave me these weights, them kind. But they got holes in them.
I'm just going to hand you a piece of wood down over the whole piece and then put the weights on it.
Oh, let me lay it out a little bit. That might be a good idea. All right, that's all you got to do right there. You can tell that's pretty flat. Stretch maybe a little, but it's pretty flat. And this one right here is laid down. Right here. So we got these patterns right here laid out. Pretty decent patterns, considering. And we got this part right here. I know I done it, but I don't remember the phone. You know what I'm talking about?
Here.
I got it. I know I've done them, but the foam rubber in them, I don't remember that so well. It's been a long time. I'm not opening some pieces of metal on my bottom there. We went to Jockey Lot, North Carolina, and bought this plastic. It is heavy.
South Carolina.
Huh?
South Carolina, wasn't it?
Was it South Carolina? It might be South Carolina. These were some heavy. I was going to use them to cut plastic. Like take whole dies and cut dies on them. But I couldn't because it would bend. It's so hard of plastic, it would bend my dies. So we just use them for this. Always in it, later go back up there. I would green plastic like this is kind of soft. We got one over there that we use. This kind of like this. You can't use it to cut buttons or nothing like that because it's so hard. Alright, so this part right here, we'll cut it off, and I'm not going to heat it up or nothing. I'm just going to trace around it and make it a 1/2 inch bigger than what it is. So that's pretty much the way you make the pattern, unless you just make them by hand. I'll say that's the way you straighten out some patterns. And then if it's really stretched, they can fold that piece over like that and look at it. Make sure that that piece is the same on both sides. Now this part right here goes around to the top, it goes around here. It's not the same on both sides. It's not the same. Because one side has that center piece that goes across right here, and the other side goes down beside the edge of the bar. This piece. The way that works is like that, like that.
Your other one's still together down
Yeah,
there.
and like that. So that's they're different. This one, that one's straight, and that one's curved. You just have to pay real close attention to what you're doing whenever you're putting these sequins together. Have we got any material that color with?
I mean, you jumped the gun on this one, and I ain't had time to look for nothing.
Huh. Anyway, we got to find a color like this right here. I'm thinking that we got the comfort weave part. This right here looks pretty good. Wait, let's see if it's close. Hey, we're just trying to match it up, everybody. A little darker. Let me cut a piece and go see if it matches what this is. We might can find some a little lighter. A little darker, but I mean, it's close. this matches it better than what's in it. That's the perfect match right here. So this matches it better. So we got this color. Now we need to find out if we got the comfort weave. Let me see. Lord, have mercy. There's a regular Ford truck sitting right there. Yeah, it's like that, but it's gray.
Are you going gray? I thought you were
Yeah.
going all the same color.
It's gray.
Keep this way down.
It might be out here in the building. Give me a light, Wes. Do we have one?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Straight ahead. Big roll right there. Is that it?
That ain't it. Right there's kind of a brown. See it? I guess maybe out in the building, maybe. We don't run across a dilemma. What's the drill at, Wes? We got to go out in the building out there where we store stuff and see if we can just grab the camera, Wes. Man, crap. Move. Move. Alright. This is like the dungeon.
It's the hot box.
to see if this. That's brown. Hold on. Hold on. Got it. We got brown, we got red, we got blue, we got gray. Luckily we got it. Because I'm telling you, that right there, that material right there is actually very expensive. Like $200 a yard. Expensive. I don't think that screws in good there with it. I'll come back and put one in. Alright, so we got the company, we got the burgundy. So I bought a bunch of this back in this, way back when you could get it. Now you have to order it and hope you can get it. I don't have no green in this color. I don't think. Remember we did Ralph C.
You had to order Ralph.
I had to order it from a company called SMS. And when I ordered it, he didn't believe that it was like $280 a yard. So I called him back up and let them tell him. And it kind of made it all right. Always check it and make sure that there ain't no flaws or nothing like that in it. You can see how much brighter, it's the same color, but you can see how much brighter this is. That piece right there was on the inside part, so you can tell that it's exactly the same. Matter of fact, it probably come off of this roll, but I said I wasn't going to put this on it on the top, so I'm not going to use this on the top, and I'm not going to use it for this, and I'm not going to use it for this. All I'm going to use it for is this part right here. For this and the bottom, I'm going to use it on the bottom too. So, what you should do is come right here and you measure across here, find out how much you got to have, and then measure the bottom. 17. We got to have a strip 17 on the bottom. We got to have a strip across the top. We'll come up here. I'll mark it 17. Just a little notch on the edge right here. This piece right here has got to be, say, 19. All right. I always square it up. We will roll that piece right there back up into the roll. Can't think for it. Come on over here. What did I say that other one was, Wes?
19, I think.
19. All right. We'll take and cut these right here out. After I cut the some of the material out for these pieces that I'm gonna make. How's this? I have no earthly idea what I ordered this for. It is pretty nice material though. Anyway. Almost wide enough to go all the way across the back.
I don't know what you ordered it for. It's just an odd color that
I'm thinking what we ordered it for was we
Well-
couldn't match somebody's stuff, and we had to look and look and look and look for it. And we found it. It wasn't cheap. I know that. I remember getting it, but I can't remember what tubes we put it on. You've heard me say, when I started, I'd make it a little bit bigger. That piece right here looks like it could be wide. Chris. 19. That piece right there will work. That's the reason that you leave these long tails on there sometimes. Whenever you get done with the job, you just leave them on there in case you got something that you need to cut some long strips out of, something like that. Here we go. That piece that goes across the top, I don't think it could be stretched a little bit, but I'm thinking that it ain't flat. It's flatter than what I thought it was. Everywhere you got your little mark, if you've marked it, put your little V on it. That way, whenever you go back to put the seat back together, you got your little V's on there. Alright, this right here was a seam. That's where the seam lined up. I'm not going to put no V there, I'm just going to put a little mark. I'm sweating like a pig. This right here, Wes, it looks like it's just a little bit shorter, so I'm going to take a quarter. I'm going to take just a little bit off the bottom. We're going to take and put a 1/4 inch headliner on this piece right here. It didn't have any on it to start with. We're going to put 1/4 inch on it and see if we can't pad the material in between that bar and that metal inside the seat frame. Here. I always mark them in the middle because that's where I always start at, even though we marked it. You got to find your middle mark because you always work from the center out. Always. Alright, so now we'll take these other pieces. You can draw on that material. You can draw on this material either way. You can do it top or you can do it bottom. If you do it on the bottom and you make a mistake, it's not going to hurt nothing because it's on the bottom. this. You just got to know how to do your opposites. So when you lay this stuff down, you need to lay it down like that. Can they see this right here, Wes? Show y'all something.
What do you want, Sean?
You see this right here? You see that notch going that way? And then it's going like that right there. It's on both sides the same like that. See that? You see how it's curved? Right here, it's like pulled that way, like that. I just don't think it needs to be pulled in one little area like that. It wouldn't be done. It wouldn't be made like that. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw this out and I'm gonna clean up the pattern. All right, we're gonna draw this right here out. We're gonna clean this pattern right here up. All right, there we go. We're gonna come right in here like this. Just like this. And we're gonna straighten that out just a little bit. We know that right there has been pulled that way. I do. I know it was. And I can look at the straight line going right here and I know it ain't got no hump in it. So we're gonna come right in here. And clean that up. Just like that right there. So we're gonna take that stretch out. So here we go. So we're gonna come right here and we're gonna catch this line on the lower side. Just like that. And we know that right there is cleaning that pattern up from this stretch one right here. You know that ain't right. I mean, it's pulled that way, and you can tell it. You can look at it and tell. If you've been doing this, you know that right there ain't right. So we'll come right here. We'll look at the pattern right here, even though we know that cut ain't supposed to be the same on the end. But we can look at this right here and tell that that pattern right there works. So, yeah, we can tell. This right here will work. I had to trim it just a little. I'm taking about 1/8 of an inch off that, which I don't know if 1/8 of an inch make that much difference. Just like that. And now, if you look at that, I got a good pattern. So I come right here. Put me a notch there. And that's my center. You can come over here on this side, and then you can, where you got your little notch, where you put your little marks, put your B right there, B right there, and a B right here. And if you learn it, that's a big deal. That keeps you straight, keeps you learning how to do this stuff right here, how it's supposed to be. All right, so we got this pattern. Now we're gonna get the one on the other side of the seat. Put it face up. You need the opposite piece. It's got a right and left, so. When you write next to a piece of material, when you write, take a marker and you put it next to a piece of material to draw it. You don't put no pressure on it. You just barely, say like this, just barely let that marker touch that material. You don't want your marker to move the material over. You write lightly, no pressure. This piece right here goes on the top of the headrest. There's the pattern to it right there. So I can throw it right there. Come right here. This right here is the back of the headrest. We laid it down and flattened it out. It looks like a good pattern. I think we can kind of roll with this one. Need the opposite, so flip it up to get your opposite. All these pieces right here, they're gonna get a little piece of headliner put on them. I could have glued the headliner on there, but I'm trying to do the video. And I would have drawn it on top side or the bottom side, either one, but it would have had headliner on it. It could have been faster. All right, so we got these pieces right here done. There it is right here. If you want to lay it down, you can come right here and put your little beads right there where the marks are. This is the piece right here. It goes down toward the bottom. This is the bottom part of the back seat. It's on the side. When we flattened it out, it made a pretty decent pattern. I just made that a little bigger right here to where I can fold it over whenever I get to that point. I had one of my watchers call me from Canada over the weekend. Canada. Couldn't believe how much they pay for gasoline. It's like $7 or something a gallon. And people like that is what makes me do this video. People like him. People that are actually interested in learning it. All right. The side. All right, we're getting there. We only need one of these. Goes in the center of, let's see, of the backrest. So I put it face down. I could have turned it up. It's supposed to be the same on both sides. But I put it the way the material is, just to keep up with it. These seats with the little center armrest are not the easiest seats to do. They do sit good. What's the next question? Is that it?
What are these pieces that you wanted to do in vinyl that you were gonna do?
Oh yeah. Yeah, these pieces right here that I was gonna do in vinyl.
Was in comfort weed before.
Yeah, this piece right here, it goes around the center. This piece, vinyl. This piece, vinyl. Is that it? And that piece right here in vinyl. So I'm gonna change this seat up a little bit from what it was. Instead of putting all this vinyl back on it, instead of putting all the comfort weed back on, I think it would actually make a better looking seat. What you think, Wes? Get Wes's input on this. Okay. We didn't flatten these right here out. I think I can draw them though. All right, so we're gonna get right over here on the edge right here. We're gonna start like this. And I'm gonna make the allowance. Show them this right here, Wes. How this right here is supposed to go. When you're drawing these patterns right here, and that piece is turned under and that piece is partially sticking out, stuff like that, you can come in here and just make the allowances. All right, and that's what we're finna do. We're gonna come right in here. I'm looking at this. This is what I'm looking at is where the stitch mark was. Just like that. Just like that. Get over here. All right, so then you got your pattern. So we take this pattern right here, we put it right upside down. See if I can't save as much material as I can.
Philip said he got his steamer from Lowe's.
Is that right?
He said it was, hold on, let me get the comment back up. He said it's removing wallpaper, but he says it's a good one. It works good.
You know the key is if it works good. That's the ticket. It seems like this is a lot of pieces, you know what I mean? Just to cut out, to sew all this stuff right here back together. It just seems like sometimes it's just a whole lot of stuff. One good thing about these seats are these older seats like this, they don't have the airbags on them. Some of this stuff you take apart and you think, oh my God, how are we going to get that back together? All right, so you see it's all curled under. We want to get an idea of where it's at. I'm going to pull that right there back. And I'm going to come right here, right here, right here. I know that this line right here has got to be straight. So you see me stop on it. So we're just gonna make a straight line. We know it's all pulled and yanked and stuff like that, but we know, you just got to know that right there, that bar's straight, so it's that piece right there, we know it's straight. When I cut that hole in the other side of this material right here, that's when I'll trace this one right here out. I could come right here and do it like this, but like this, right here. Come down here, do it like this. And we know it just comes like that. Okay, so now we got the two holes in it. Alright, so we got that piece right there. We got that piece. This piece right here's got to be done. We actually cut it off for me. We'll come right here, we'll mark it. Boom. Like that. Right there. Boom. Just like that. Put some identifying marks on there. And that's the way you do it, just like right there. You mark it. You can come here and put a 0 up under or a 2 beside it or anything like that just to keep up with how it's going. When you got a whole bunch of pieces, sometimes it's easy to get confused. Am I right, Weston? You're right.
He likes it when I mark on it because I'll use ABCs and lines and dots. And
that's fine.
Looks
I don't
like
care that he does that, whenever he's cutting out a pattern. That helps me keep up with it because sometimes we have to go back and say, hey, exactly how did this go on? I can't keep up with every seat made. I can do a bunch of them, but I can't keep up with them all. I mean, everything's done sometimes a little different, and if you don't keep up with it, you can get thrown. You'll be just standing there looking at it, trying to figure out how does that go. How does that go? Like that. Right.
did you cut this one out already?
I don't think I did. This is the front part of the headrest on the passenger side. Look at there where they put their hands at. When they're sitting in there, they're putting their hands up there to hold on or do something like that. Just riding. And they do that, it gets it all dirty. Even got a hole in it right there for something. Come on. Sometimes I have to drag my hand. Them wrinkles on this right here making me wobble.
Pull it tight if you need.
All right, we'll turn that over after I cut these right here out. This really, really, really looks stretched. Don't it, Wes?
It's a lot of whack.
These stretch patterns can sometimes throw you off. So we're gonna start with a straight line right across here. That is 10 inches. We're gonna come right here. We're gonna get 10 inches up here. All right, so we got this much of our pattern right here straight already. Right there. We're gonna come right here. We're gonna get our notch. And then we're gonna look for the very best side. And I'm thinking this is it on this side. All right, so we're gonna come right here. We're gonna get this. We're gonna come right here. You see how that stretch right there, it looks like it's kind of like this. Actually, it's like this. It's actually like this, straight. And then it curves right in here. See the curve in the material? It just curves like that, just like that. So we're gonna come right here, and we're gonna come right over here on this side and we're gonna mark it. That's the length. Gonna come right here. That's the length. Come right here, just like this right here. You fold your material halfway, and there's your pattern. I know it might not look exactly 100% like it's supposed to, but this one right here has been stretched every which way. You can tell right there it's been stretched all the pieces right there, and it's been stretched right through here really bad. So this is all you can do is get this pattern like this right here. I mean, you can take it and put it on the seat and see, but I'm thinking that pattern right there will work. Start right here. That's my center. This right here. That piece right there has got a couple of little plastic pieces on there. The anchors. When it flips over the seat, and then this piece. We got to make another one because that's the front part of the seat. Was we trying to match some leather with this right here one time?
I don't know where this comes from.
Because you see that leather grain to it? Man, that's
just not a popular color that we use a lot of, so I don't know.
We used it for something. I don't know whose seat it was on.
I know you did a cushion one time with that. That may be the material you used. An ottoman or some kind of cushion for.
Not with this much left. I had to order it for a 6. A lot of times we order extra, like this right here. We'll order an um, extra material. Look at that. Where's my stuff at, Wes?
Something down there at the end of the table with all the other cleanup. Should be right there in front of you if it's there.
Right here. This is the latest, greatest. I don't think that shit was too great. It discolored it, didn't it? Okay.
One of those need to be flipped away.
Like this. This stuff that we used was to take this ink off. It does work on a bunch of different vinyls, but it didn't work on this one. So I'm having to cut another pattern because of it. Damn, it cost me on that one. Look at how it discolored it. It took the color right off of it. And that is sunscreen. Sunscreen will take the ink right off of some vinyl. But that's the sign right there. Test it before you use it. It is pretty strong. And I could have left it because I think the stitch would have covered it up a little bit. So we got the front part of the seat done right there. And this piece right here. This piece. Notice that we hadn't done any of the bottom. So the bottom, see, nothing. All these patterns and all this material is from the factory. That tells you how many pieces is to it. That's a lot. So we're gonna come right here. I'm gonna mark it right here. Mark it right here. Come up here, mark it. Come right here, mark it. Right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. So we know that that's all straight lines, even though it's all stretched all the pieces. So that's the way you make your patterns, just like this. cutting out patterns can be time consuming. If you've ever noticed, or but some of y'all might have picked up on it, some of y'all might not have picked up on it. But if you've ever noticed, you might see me start cutting on a pattern and then I move, I jump to another part of the pattern. I do that for a reason. When you get, the faster that you get, the shortcuts, you learn these shortcuts, and that's a shortcut. When you see me jumping around, I can cut a pattern out real fast. I use the roll. I use the roll to help me hold it where I can cut it real fast. What else, Wesley? I think that is.
That's all the vinyl. You need to go back to your other stuff and
Yeah.
cut it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this right here's got to be cut out. So we got this much, and that's enough to do the bottom. All we got to do is boxing on the bottom. Where's the foam at? Right there. It's got 15 on that. I got it heated up just to get some of the wrinkles out. It's been stored. It's been stored for a while, so. At least the heat will relax it and make it lay down. Shake me up. What I'm gonna do is I got this marked 19 inches up the roll, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the 19 inches off of it because we're just cutting out that backrest right there out of it. The glue needs to sit for just a minute, and that way it can you can stick it. You don't want to let it sit too long. You have to respray it. We do save some pieces. Like if it's a big enough piece to save, we'll save it. We use foam on about everything.
You'll need it again for the other.
We're gonna use
Put it on the head.
we're gonna use let me look. We might use it on the headrest part. We got any short pieces in here to use on that?
Yeah,
Like just the headrest part?
I got some back there. Maybe there's enough.
Yeah. That's the reason we save these short pieces in case we need it on some little pieces, like little parts. Yeah, foam rubber is going crazy. Every time gas goes up, this stuff goes up. That's it. Yeah, every time. Every time.
Right here.
Yeah. Always pays to make sure. Always. Check, double check. Especially when piece of material like this right here, $200 a yard. You always want to check. That's it. So, this is the piece for the backrest right here. This right here is the piece for the bottom. So, you look, this piece right here is a little bit shorter, and it's curved. Just like that. All right. I turn this over, but if you look real close, you can tell. If you stick your ruler up there, you can tell. If that piece right there is stretched a little bit on the side. It just is. I mean, you can look and tell that it ain't 100%. It's supposed to be a straighter line than that. You see? It's supposed to be. So we're going to come right in here and we're going to straighten it up just a little bit. Just like that. And that excess right there is where that material right there has been stretched. Then I'll take and cut it out. If I didn't 100% know that for sure, I wouldn't cut this material that's $200 a yard. I do have some extra, but I darn sure don't want to waste it. All right, so now we'll turn it upside down, and they got the mark on it. I'm gonna sew it backwards on the sewing machine, sew it upside down. Then we're gonna come just like this. We're gonna put a mark here. We're gonna put a mark here. We're gonna come up here. We're gonna put a mark here. We're gonna put a mark here. Show them this right here, Wes. Do you see this right here? That line right there, how crooked that line is, where it's been pulled that way, where I cut that off when I straighten that edge up. You see how much I cut off? You see how much I cut off right here on the edge over there? Look how far over it's been pulled that way. It's been pulled that way. It's stretched. And you got to know that. You got to, ain't nobody gonna be there to tell you. You got to know these lines like this right here, whether they're stretched or whether they're not. And there you go. So you got to pay real close attention. That's 8. You see me check and double check. So we're gonna come right here. Stick this piece up here. And this piece right here. Right there. And right here. That's the anchor to the seat that holds the backrest in. So now we got a backrest. That's where the anchor right there goes on it. We got enough material right here to flip this over. When you flip that over, you put the pink to the pink, upside down. If you don't, when you go to sew it up, you're gonna have two pieces just alike. That's gonna be a bad thing. It's like a cookie maker. You've made cookies forever, your whole life. You don't even have to eat one, you know what they taste like. I don't have to, I can about do this without thinking about it too much. So I'm not a great teacher, but if you can look and learn, you can watch and learn. I try to explain. Sometimes I might miss something. So this is the wasted piece right here. Other than the little piece, I mean, but this is how much we waste. So it ain't a lot. And that's the piece right there, the biggest piece that we wasted. I mean, you're gonna have waste. I mean, there's just no way around it. But I might try to save that piece of foam because we might use it on something. So we got all these pieces here. We'll wind up some bobbins tomorrow. We're gonna sew this stuff up. That's the bottom. I ain't started on it yet, but the bottom ain't as complicated as the backrest is on this seat. So we still hadn't done the 66 Chevrolet truck seats yet. The part 2 on that, but we're going to do it. We did sandblast the frame, we painted it and all that. So you get to see us whenever we start to build it back. We'll cut the foam. I haven't sat down yet and drawn it yet, where we know exactly what we're going to do before we get to that step. But anyway, if you don't mind, like, subscribe. If you like what you see, you know somebody working on something like this and they want to learn, tell them to tune in. And I wish we could do the edited videos, but I just haven't learned that part good. So I don't have an editor. So we've just got to do the live ones. And it takes a while. Upholstery works slow. It takes a while to learn it, and it takes a while to do it. It takes a while for perfection. So anyway, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.